So the start of the race was really wild. It's the first race of the year, raining, everybody's been on their trainer all winter, ready to go, and there were brakes dragging, tires hitting, people sliding all around. It was really tight. I tried to just focus on myself. I don't know if I was involved in anything. I was just focusing really hard on just holding my line. Early on, couldn't get my foot clipped in, first race of the year type stuff. Got a slow start, but was still on the front opening pack. So the first 2 minutes of the race had changed from the original race course because there was so much rain and there were bridges in the first part of the race, so they switched it to gravel fire roads. Made things a little more interesting, but I just don't have power output because I'm a bigger rider than a lot of these riders, so I kind of got dropped and fell off the back of the front pack very early on in this race. I feel like in the first 2 minutes, you're borrowing watts that you're going to pay for later. So I did try to hang on the back end, but as soon as we got into the into the single track, I was stuck off the back, but I had used a lot of energy early on the fire roads that I could have used when we hit the single track. So I did stick to the plan. You know, the first 10 minutes of the race, you want to constantly keep moving forward. You don't want to get stuck behind a rider that rides at a comfortable pace for you. You want to get in front of that rider so you can ride at an uncomfortable pace. I did a good job of getting in front of riders and not settling in and being lackadaisical as I have in the past. I just wanted to keep moving forward the whole time, which I did, and I'm very happy about. I mean, throughout this whole first lap, I was somewhat hanging on. When we would come to switchbacks, and this is like one of the things that I do and it ends up biting me in the butt, is when there are switchbacks on courses and I see the leaders going the opposite way, I think, oh, they're right there. I'm going to catch them if I just ride a little bit better, if I ride a little bit harder, they're right there. And then next thing you know, you've went half a mile and you've already hit that switchback and you're thinking, oh, wait a minute, that was like a minute ago. You know, I'm not as close as I think I am to those guys. It was really hard to get warmed up for this race, so I'm not surprised that I wasn't able to hang on to the front group because it was so cold and it was so hard to get warmed up and stay warmed up. You warm up and then they make you sit around for half an hour before the race. So, you're kind of juggling that. I don't want to put forth too much effort early. I want to get warmed up, but the pace was so fast, it was a struggle to just make sure that I was in top condition for this particular race. So this course was really muddy and sandy in a lot of places. Towards the end of the lap, I did kind of slow up a little bit because I got mud up inside my glasses. So I had to take my glasses out to like kind of hopefully clear my eye. Kept blinking and had my glasses in my mouth towards the end of the lap, and had to chuck them. I was having trouble. Like it's hard. You gotta grip down on them and you have trouble breathing. But I slowed up and lost a little bit of time to a couple riders, which then ended up finishing a minute or so ahead of me at the finish. But yeah, it was struggle finding, should I be glassless? Should I keep glasses on? So I just chucked them. It didn't have any problems with mud in my eyes after that. So when lap 2 rolled around, I was feeling really good. I mean, my off-season workouts seemed to have paid off. I was, much better power output with lower heart rate. Super pumped about that. I was able to, to keep my heart rate down. I wasn't running in like zone 5 redlining the whole time, which I have in the past. But as lap 2 began, I was stuck in no man's land again. I wasn't with the fast riders. I wasn't back with the back of the pack. I was just stuck in the middle of nowhere. And basically all I had was to pick off riders in front of me from the younger groups that started in the first of the race. successful at in this race was not settling behind the riders that I caught. A lot of times, like last year, I was catching the riders, but I wasn't necessarily, I would set on them for a little bit to kind of get my fitness back, and eventually that would be 5-10 minutes, you know, and then next thing you know, I've lost a lot of time. So I basically set out to catch rider, pass rider. You know, that way I could ride the race that I want to ride. I could go fast where I am a little bit faster. I don't have a person in front of me dictating my pace, but I can, you know, if I am a little slower, it's not a big deal because, you know, certain sections I'm faster, certain sections I'm slower. You know, I'm not riding at that pace of an average of slow the whole time. Impressed by a lot of these junior riders. They were riding hard, especially with these conditions. They were really booking it up the hill, and the descents, which were really sketchy, but they were doing a really good job, you know. Like I was really impressed by them. I was really happy with the finish, physically. You know, with this race, I don't necessarily look at the place I got. I look at how I finished, and I look at my time, and I look at my my average speed. I don't really consider the place that I got because this is kind of an interesting race. It's a mountain bike race, but there is nothing to slow the less technical riders down, and there's nothing for me to speed up that is technical. So I don't really expect to get a top 10 finish here. I did want to do better than I did last year, which I did. I averaged 12.8 miles an hour, which last year I was in the 11s, which I'm super happy about. That means next, you know, as there starts to be elevation, as there starts to be rocks, as there starts to be flow and descents and all of that, I feel like I can do a lot better. I mean, I finished 18th place, not bad. I mean, last year I finished 21st, but there were a lot of young riders. I'm, you know, on the old end of the age group. It's 19 to 44. I'm in 42. So I'm on the older end of the group. Super happy with my performance, my power output significantly higher than last year, heart rate lower. Can't beat that. faster, even though it was raining. The distance was longer, so I felt better at the end of this race than I did last year. So all in all, I'm super pumped with this performance. Thanks for watching. It's been a blast racing this race. It's been a lot of fun making the video. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe, share it, tell your buddies, whatever helps the algorithm. I mean, do whatever you want to do, and I'll talk to you next time.